Dude, like, I just wanted to talk about something that's been on my mind the past few days. So like most of you, I was always raised to obey my parents, to listen to my parents, that they know best, and that people also used to say if I honor my parents, my life will be long, you know, those kinds of things. But I want to I want to offer a little bit of perspective on it, because I think this kind of thing got nuance also, you know. I feel like there is such thing as doing it too far to the point where we are telling people to give their life to their parents and to do anything their parents ask them to do. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of perspective on that, because I was thinking about it. Because since I was small, I always kind of didn't want people to decide things for me, like my life. And sorry man, my room is so messy. I always knew that I want to choose my own life path, you know. I don't want my parents to choose for me or anything like that, you know. So I was interested in creative things, you know, and as you can see, I'm still like that. But my dad did not agree lah. My dad was that typical Asian, you know, become a doctor, become an engineer, you know, things like that. So, but I just never listened. I kind of always knew that I wanted the future to be in my hands. I don't know why, I've always been like that, you know. I'm not those kinds of kids who were able to give up their dream to please their parents. So I actually respect the people who can do that. That is not me. Maybe I'm selfish, I don't know, but that's what I want to talk about. Because the thing is, I went along with my own dreams. Even though my dad did not support me, I still went along with it, okay? And I study what I want to do and whatever. I still continue doing what I want to do. And my dad died 5 years ago, and that brings a little bit of perspective into it, because I was thinking about it, and I was thinking whether or not I followed what I want to do, or I sacrificed my own happiness to do what he wants me to do, he was still going to die anyway, right? Like he was still gonna die. So, you know, I know we are always taught that our parents are, you know, something that we should honor, and I think there is some truth to that. Yes, of course we should honor our parents. Of course there is nuance to this. There is such thing as parents who are bad, right, and maybe don't deserve to be honored. But in most cases, I think our parents are, if they're good, they should be honored lah. So I agree with that teaching. But if you actually think about it, if I followed what my dad wants me to do, like if I gave up my own happiness to please him, when he died, who is the one who is left on earth to carry the regret, to carry the burden? It's going to be me only, you know. When he died, he just died, and that's it. He just decomposed into the ground, then become fertilizer, like that only. Who is the one who has to carry the regret of it? It's the person left on earth, you know. So I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, I never heard anyone say that to me. You know, I never had grown-ups introduce this concept to me, that my life is my life only. Obviously there's nuance, okay, there's such thing as, yes, sometimes we need to sacrifice for other people. So I'm just saying this as from my perspective lah. It's like there is such thing as teaching kids to basically let their parents run their life, and I don't think that's good, you know, because I am happy that I followed my own dream. It sounds selfish. My dad was not happy with me, but who cares? He can't say anything now. You know, if I tortured myself to become a lawyer or something just to please him, and I hate my job and I have to suffer through law school, he doesn't have to go through that. He is becoming fertilizer. So that's what I'm saying. These things only occurred to me as I got older, and I think about the kids out there who actively are pressured into giving up their own happiness, you know. And this applies to anything, by the way. People who get pressured by the society to, I don't know, get married to someone even though they don't want to, or to have kids even though they don't want to. That kind of thing happens, right? At the end of the day, the people who judge you, they are just going to decompose. They don't carry your burdens for you. And I think this applies to parents too. We don't have to live our life for anyone. I know. It's not a nice thing to say. I'm supposed to say we should sacrifice and all that. That's what I was taught. And to some extent, I think that's a good message. We cannot be selfish all the time, you know. There are times when we have to sacrifice ourselves, but I don't know, I just feel like there wasn't much nuance to what people used to teach me as a kid, you know. They never told me that about this side of it, the mortality side of it. Your parents are not going to be around forever, right? So they will leave this earth before you, and then who is left on earth is just you, only you and your regrets and your burdens and your what ifs. So yeah, I'm not saying that it's easy to be selfish. I know people have different circumstances, but this is just something that was on my mind, and I had the privilege to be able to not listen to him because I was not dependent on him for anything. My parents were divorced, so I just had to take it in from the text messages and all that. Yeah, my life is my life only. It's not other people's one. And the older I get, and the closer I get to my death, I'm getting there faster and faster every day. The closer I get to my death, the more I think about it, whenever that is, inevitably. And the more I think about these things, you know, that the only person in this body is me. The only person whose opinion truly matters is me. Some opinions matter, there, but the ultimate one is the person in the body, because I have to deal with the consequences. I have to deal with the bad decisions, the good decisions, the benefits, the problems. It's only me. And no matter how much older or wiser someone may be, or they present themselves to me, they're never gonna be me. So yeah, they never have to deal with the consequences of the choices. So why should I give up my life to please someone else? They are not in my body. Yeah, the older I get, the more I think about this. Mortality is a very good thing to remind ourselves about. I did not think about this when I was a kid. I think I knew I was gonna die, but I never thought about it this much, so it did not impact my life so much. But now it does, because I realized I'm not invincible. I think as a kid, I don't know, the idea of death was so far away, but the older I get and the more bad news I hear and the more people die around me, it's becoming more clear that my mortality is something to be treasured. It's not something to be scared of, even though it is scary. But you know, when I was a kid, people growing up, they don't really like to talk about death, right? It can be a taboo, like, yeah, don't say you're gonna die and stuff like that. But the more I grow up, the more I just say it. The more I just say it, so that it's real, so that it feels near. You know, I think that's a good thing about reminding myself, I'm gonna die one day. I'm gonna die one day, and just get used to it. It is scary, but it's gonna happen. I might as well just say it. I don't know, I'm not very superstitious anyway, so yeah, maybe that's why I can just say it. What was this video? I just turned on the camera and I wanted to say something, so yeah. People decompose. People decompose, and if that person is not me, their opinion doesn't matter, ultimately, in some cases. Okay, please understand that what I'm saying has nuance, okay? Okay, bye.